Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Always happy to be here, guys.
In this video we have for you game 2 of a best of 3 between Onord and Insha in the semi-finals of the Division 1 Season 9 playoffs of the Steel Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Kostritsa, and on our left in the red team we have Onord playing on the Soviet side using the 126th Gorno with the Maverick deployment type. And on our right in the blue team, we have Insha playing on the Axis side with Ryhma Raappana and the Maverick deployment type. What are your thoughts on these divisions, Attack Power?
Two solid ones. Yeah, I mean, 126 has really explosive starts, probably the fastest division in the game in terms of just the number of things you get that are really fast. BT7 being the fastest tank. You get really fast 100-kilometer-an-hour transports and stuff. Just a very, very explosive start. Your infantry, they're okay. They're technically good at CQC, but these infantry disappoint me every time I see them fighting. That's just me personally, but we'll see how this plays out this time. Maybe I'm wrong. On the other side, Ryhma Raappana here. Obviously incredible Finnish infantry, obviously essentially no armor or anything, but to counter these BT7s all you really need are your T26s, so maybe that'll do the job. Otherwise he's just looking to get in close and throw lots of Molotovs.
Yep, and he does have like plenty of AT weapons and so on that he can use anyway. Like I think they go Carter Pack 38s. They get like the Takampuya, not Takampuya, Tankatuyunta with the like Panzer Strike squads and so on. But on the start, there we go. We got an A20 Boston coming out with a recon for a P40, looking for a bombing strike with its 250-kilogram bomb and two 100-kilogram bombs.
Does he have the two 100-kilogram bombs off? I think he does.
Yeah, he's going to go for two bombing strikes here. So he's trying to take out the
greedy
convoy on the top side. Going to try and force Insha to unload some of this infantry. Oh, that is a big ball of infantry, and that is definitely going to unload everything. And it killed one of the transports. Didn't actually kill the squad though, but that is some nice damage on the top side there early on from Onord. We've got BT7s rushing into the mid. Gorno sniper goes down to the Takampuya. Really, really strong double sniper squads with the two vet. And we see the P40 still hanging about, waiting to use those two 100-kilogram bombs.
I would assume it'd go for one of these Takampuyas because those are up.
The Gorno PTRS did manage to get a snipe onto one unit, and it forced all of the other ones to unload in the open here. This is huge. That is double sniper, Maxim, two BT7s, and the P40 with the bombing strike on top. That one of those BT7s starts fast moving to that bottom side. That is a lot of surrenders waiting to happen. But he
doesn't look like he's taking advantage of it though. Yeah,
he's committing to the center push at the moment. P40 is still hanging about. That should maybe get going now.
Retreat, yeah.
In the middle, PTRS squad going down. DP Grupa forcing back the Lati. The Lati could probably kill them though. These DP Grupa are 4-man squads. I'm not a massive fan of them.
No, I'm personally.
Not at all. It's funny to see Onord using so many of them. 15-point squads. They can be useful for holding the ranged engagement, but there's just not enough like meat on their bones. Like, there's only 4 men in each squad. And they just kind of get overrun quite easily.
We do have a 16-8 here for Onord, so great opening push. Needs to retreat that freaking P40 now. But yeah, he's held him up. He has held up Insha severely. But the thing is, Insha hasn't actually lost a crap ton of troops. They've just all been held back. They're not dead.
Yes, the bottom side, he definitely could have gone for the surrender there. That would have been huge. But a nice amount of ground gained here for Onord early on, mainly due to the nice bombing strike on the top side, and then a following bombing strike on the bottom side just slowed down Insha quite a lot. Lati's now coming up and forced back the BT7 though. Those AT rifles are really scary.
So good. And now we have a Boston bomber coming in for that big pack of infantry up north, so this could also be very painful for Insha here. These bombs coming in.
We'll have to see if Insha invested like an IAR to just get this recon Boston out of the way, or maybe he goes for like a Vekotin or something. But yeah, that bombing strike, pretty spot on. Definitely chips quite a lot of those units, forces them back again, allows the Gorno to just happily hold that position on their own. But there isn't, again, much units left for Onord on the top. I don't think he brought in much here initially. It looked like a lot because of the DP grouper, but both the DP grouper that went into the town on the top side here did get taken out. Now the CC and the Maxim working on taking out the Maxim. The CC squad's really nice, and another 2 vet sniper squad with also the Sampo machine gun, which is very, very nice. Taka Ampuya in the mid, getting a line of sight onto the OB, taking that out. Cheeky move there from Insha. Now Onord's sniper trying to return the favor onto the Lati squad.
Yeah, the CC squad is something to note too. They have a 1,000-meter range machine gun, the only light machine gun with a 1,000-meter range in the game. So pretty cool there.
Yeah, that's Sampo, very, very nice. Now 50mm mortar on the bottom side. Going to get a pin onto the Gornostraki DP. This is actually going to give a flag back to Insha here, because it might kill the squad if it doesn't. And with the fallback there, Onord notices. He's still going to be able to move up the Ratsuvaki and the Yakari to push up and take that. Now Gorno snipe it in the middle, getting pinned down by the Maxim, but P40 coming in with a bombing strike, looking for the Ratsu so that the Gornostraki DP can push across there and find a surrender potentially. But the Suksi Pianeri do not get pinned down, so that Gorno's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, it's going to be problematic for sure. Up north, Gornostraki trying to keep these infantry out of the woods and failing, so these infantry are starting to spread out now, and you know, Insha actually capturing the flag in the town because there's just nothing there. And we've seen Onord put a pretty big commitment into his air force, so it's kind of obvious why he doesn't have, and we saw this in game 1 too, perhaps an overinvestment into the air because there's just not enough on the ground.
I think the first bomber with the recon was a nice idea.
Was fine. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine.
But then after that, it's been limited in its effectiveness. Like, if you're not getting complete kills with these bombing strikes, I don't think the bombers are ever worth it. Like, the P40 is really nice because it has a 250-kilogram bomb and 2 100-kilogram bombs. So if it actually hits a squad, it almost always kills.
Yes.
And it can even kill armor. It can kill, like, support weapons one run.
It's very effective, yeah.
But the Bostons, like the early Bostons with the lighter payloads, are very, very limited in their effectiveness. But that P40 coming around nicely onto the back of the Blenheim.
Oh.
Easy kill.
That's a big kill. You need to keep Raappana off of their air force because it builds up in a hurry, and those Blenheims are so quick and easy to get in and out. They're very effective. That's a big kill there for Onord.
Yeah, does damage some of his Gornos, forces them back temporarily, but yeah, a lovely kill there. 1 Vekoth now on the field for Insha. Gornostraki DP dealing with the Pak 38, takes that out. And the Ratsu on the bottom side having a hard time from Insha. So Suksi Pianini did like force back that Gorno previously, which is why it's in that position now. And these Gornostraki might want to try and tango with that, but not really, because double flamer always really difficult to deal with.
I'm not a big fan of these Pianiti because they're just small. They die very quickly. Despite how much damage they do put out, they can really get overwhelmed quite easily. Yeah,
the main problem with them is they don't have smoke. So
yeah,
they do get caught out very, very easily. Yeah, they do still have the Suomi, so they can 150, meter range is very nice. But this infantry of Insha is certainly building up on this top side. This is big.
Yeah, we have a lot of reinforcements coming here from Onord, but down south in the middle we have a lot of combat going on. The Insha trying to weasel his way back into these points into the center. And Onord kind of just making some unsupported pushes here out in the open with his Gornos and stuff. And they're not good long-range units. Like, they're really quite bad at long range.
Yeah, even after the buff to the DT, just having one of them is not really good enough. And they only have 4 SVTs because they're primarily close-range infantry.
Yep.
So it's very, very tough. So he's kind of got, like, this real problem at the moment where he's trying to engage like specialist close range infantry, but nice combo on the top side here. He's bringing in his 50mm mortars in these 4 GPA supply vehicles. That's nice.
T26 down south, I believe, just took out the BT7. Something took out the BT7, which is actually a big kill because he's losing that armor support, and these CCs are going to absolutely like tear these infantry apart with their snipers and everything, and they're doing a very good job of it. Boston Bomber coming in to kill it because these CCs are just so darn effective. You actually need to like target kill these things. Yeah,
get rid of the CC. Will he find the kill? It doesn't go down entirely. That's not good because he can Rambo with the SVT and the Sampo at the same time. The bottom side here we have the Gorno Sapari coming in and managing to get the better of a Ratu Pianelli that managed to push it all the way up. Then we have another Blenheim coming in. All those Gornos are in a bad spot. That is a real bad spot. I mean, they can't see the Taka Ampuya, but will those bombs land on target? No. That's the one trouble that you have with these like high-flying bombers, is sometimes it just takes a little bit too long for the bombs to come down. Don't quite hit the mark where you want them to. Now Yakari versus the Gorno Sapling on the top side. Yakari going to get the better of them with the Molotov.
Yeah, you're kind of trading. You know, the high-flying bombers have more protection from AA and stuff, and actually can get their bombs off, but they're generally less accurate, and they're, you know, can be less effective in terms of actual destructive potential.
P40 going down to the double Vekotin as it dived for the Taka Ampuya kill in the church. But currently, you know, I feel like Onord really needs to get more like specialist close range infantry in, but he just doesn't really have it to offer right now. He gets like Moskaya Avtos, right?
Yep.
At some point, but he must have the card in phase B because we haven't seen them yet. Very strong 12-man submachine gun squads, but these 50mm mortars, they got a lot of work to do on the top side if he wants to get some decent damage down. The nice thing about Soviet 50mm mortars is they do have 800mm range.
This 50mm dies in the ammo transport. Oh, that's just like a double kill that just hurts even more for some reason.
Yeah, like he's trying to retreat it there, but it's slowly getting overrun. Can the Gornostroka DP kill the Yakari in the open? That's why DP squads suck, and why DP Garupa suck, is the DP damage is so disappointing. Like the Yakari should totally be dead right now, but it's just not.
So, and that's triple DP. That's not even just 2. That's 3 of them now.
Yeah. And the Yakari is going to come back for a bit more.
Why not?
Moskaya Piotr in the top side, getting pushed back by the Yakari. Now he's going to bring in an M3S, get some armor up there to try and hold things back.
There we go. Down south, the T-26s are kind of bullying their way forward. This BT-7 trying to hide out, and he's losing so many support weapons to these CCs. It's actually pretty insane. He's lost all of those assault guns, all of those machine guns, his snipers. Those things are just melting away. At Boston coming in to try to get some eyeballs. These Vekatins are so... Is that how you say it? Am I saying it wrong?
Yep.
Yeah, Vekatins are... They're so much better than normal 20 mils, and I just don't understand really why.
I think it's just because they're twin 20 mils, right? I mean...
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. That would do it. Yeah.
BT-7 does go down in the open on the bottom side. T-26 is continuing to claim victims. 45 mil. Yeah, trying to fight back here. But he's going to be reversing out of range. He does have plenty of range to work with here, so he doesn't have to be too careful. CC moving forwards are getting ripped by the DP Garupa as they move in the open. So let's be a little bit careful. Blenheim coming in for the bombing strike though.
T-26 goes down to the 45 mil. Blenheim is coming in. And these are not the sniper CCs. These are the, like, throw AT satchel and... Do they have TNT too?
No, they don't. They're just AT.
No, just the satchel. Just the AT satchels, yeah. Oh, but these flying right over that ZIS-12. These are really strong.
Yeah, probably one of the strongest allied AA pieces, honestly.
Yeah,
very
and
limited
it takes that
amount of
Blenheim
these.
Down. Wow. Yeah, those things are really, really good. Tons of infantry up north again. Gorno Sapati line coming in here. We're now into phase B, so both players access to their loads of infantry, and we do see a mountain gun in the back here for Onord. These can be really strong. They fire very, very quickly, 12 rounds a minute, but you really kind of need more than one for them to be like super effective.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of these early on. Like we saw him opt for the 50mm mortars as opposed to these mountain guns. And these mountain guns, they aim very, very quickly, like extremely quickly.
They're basically mortars with infinite range.
Or P40, just getting its bombing strike off on that bottom side in time, does take out the AT gun. Boston now coming in, but going to be intercepted by the Hawk.
Oh, it's going down. Down it goes. Oof.
Goodbye, Boston. And that bombing strike, I think it caused his Gorno Sapari to get pinned, and the CC finished it off, and then Ratsavaki getting away with 2 men. So, not the most efficient bombing strike I've ever seen.
Nope.
Gorno Stroke at least will be able to get a little bit of damage down onto the CC since they have absolutely no cover. But
up north, the Kavari capturing... Oops, sorry. Up north, the Kavari capturing a cheeky flag here as well. And we see a big push in the town here with some T-26s getting into position here along with some infantry and everything. So we're seeing Onord really getting broken down up north.
Taka and Puya trying to sneak into the church, but I think they might be a little bit too close, maybe. Moskaya, when they jump in this building, will they spot them? No. Taka and Puya stay hidden. So he's going to be able to get himself a nice amount of recon information in the center there. Not long until Onord loses this mid flag, as the DP grouper do go down to the T26. 50mm mortar on the bottom side, doing a good job of pinning the Gorno, stopping them fire at the CC. The CC will be able to just stop falling back in the open and continue firing at them from range. Yakari going to be engaging Gornostroki. Oh, this is such a disgusting matchup.
Yes. I mean, this is what I was talking about with Gornostroki just being very disappointing.
Because they don't have like a TNT or a Molotov or anything they can fire back to win that engagement. They just get absolutely rinsed on that bottom side.
It's hard to watch. I just feel like they never do anything. It's one of those hybrid infantry units that does nothing very well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the Boston here might be in trouble. As it flies over double Vekutin, Hawk is getting on his tail.
It's very dead.
And there goes another Boston, this time the Recon Boston, which I think he only gets one off, right? So maybe two.
Yeah, down south, Insha's going to grab this flag now. So just things have finally flipped. Insha picking up his positive for the first time here since the beginning of the game. If you zoom out, it's very obvious why.
Yeah, the infantry again are building up massively in this game. Onord had the flag lead early on because of his BT7s getting very deep, but now that they're dealt with and Insha has his T26s instead, as well as all of this infantry that's just been building up and building up, things are looking very, very rough for Onord right now, and these Gornostroki not going to quite cut it on the bottom side. If he does have Moskaya Avtos in his deck in phase B, it's going to be a bit late by the looks of things as the middle cracks open. Yakari going very, very deep. P40 looking for the CC on the top side. As this 12
get it.
Might get some damage onto the Blenheim, but not quite. Looks like both planes are going to be out.
He's got to be careful too. That Zis 12 is out in the open. If that Pack 38 moves forward, it's in range. It can absolutely kill that Zis 12. Yakari here moving all the way in. Insha having no qualms about going deep here. 15-9 now for Insha. And there's a 203mm off now up north too from Onord. I've always hated off map, and I actually think their effectiveness has really gone down lately. M3 Lee in the center goes down as well to, I'm not sure what, honestly. I'm not sure what killed that.
There's a couple of 45mm IT guns here. Unless you mean further down?
Yeah, in the center here. It's a burning wreck, and I don't see anything that's in range of that. Maybe the Pack 38? It must have been the Pack 38.
Possibly.
Not sure what else it could have been.
On the bottom side, the Akari actually getting pushed back by the Dushka machine gun. I'm not a massive fan of the Dushka machine gun, honestly. Like, I feel like a lot of these options are kind of odd from Onord with this 126th build. Like, having the DP grouper early on, using the Dushkas, like, focusing heavily on the Bostons, like, it seems a bit weird.
I understand the Dushka if 126 doesn't have any other 1250-meter machine gun. I do understand it then. M3 Lee taking on these pack guns and stuff in the center, but the Pack 38 can definitely kill that M3S there. I keep saying Lee, it's an M3 Lee, we all know it.
Yeah. And the M3 has gone down. Boston coming in for the bombing strike again, does take out the Sissy KV, and Kavari get pinned. Now we got Yakari versus Gorno Sapri. Sapri are forced to move, but as soon as they stop, they should throw their HE, unless they didn't aim it in the first place. No, they didn't.
Oh, they did throw. They just threw, but the Yakari are already falling back. So
yeah. Really it's just that if you engage a Pioneer unit with a Molotov, as soon as the Pioneer stops, they will automatically insta-throw their HE if they've already pre-aimed it. So that is something to watch out for, but in that case, yeah, Insha had plenty of time to run back because of the pullback there. We are 13-11. It was, well, 14-10 now. It was briefly 15-9 because of the Yakari that went really deep, but that's slowly but surely being dealt with. Does manage to get a nice Molotov off, though. Still holding strong for the time being. Takes 10 men out total from both those squads. Nicely done.
Gorno are, like I said, they're just so disappointing. They look so good on paper, and then in practice, they're so bad.
I think what I would have liked to have seen from Onord this game is like, yeah, the P40s are fine. But then after that, like, stop buying aircraft and invest into like the 60-point artillery pieces. Because these guns, these are so good. And in a Maverick versus Maverick matchup, he's going to have like long-term value out of artillery, which you won't necessarily have out of aircraft. Particularly since we've already seen a couple of the Bostons get shot down by a Hawk, of all things, you know? So it's kind of difficult to justify his points putting into these Bostons when another one goes down, just to the AA this time.
Oh no, now the Hawk's coming after the second one.
Yeah, the second one's under threat. Zist 12 is going to stop it, but the Yakari and the Ratsuvaki took no damage from the bombing strike that landed.
The top one was actually quite good. It landed all over those Yakari, but they're still not dead. The point is it hasn't killed them still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not... Blenheim up north does go down to the Zist 12, so another nice kill there. Neither player getting much out of their Air Force right now. Both players seem to have shut that down successfully. CC in the center, picking on that OB-25. Once he loses it, I think that's his last long-range support weapon here. Gorno doesn't have anything until phase C when you can get the ISU 152s, but with the Maverick income, I don't think you're going to get to many of those. A whole line of Gorno Saprides up north. One goes down in a Studebaker. That's a sad face.
Yeah, they're getting picked on up there for sure. He's brought in another couple of 50mm mortars in these supply trucks. I think, like I say, I like the combination, but like with the placement, they're just like way too far up, you know? Like you don't want your 50mm mortars to be directly fired upon, and particularly when they have a supply truck sitting next to them.
Yeah. Another Blenheim up north is probably going to get shot down again by this Zist 12. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, Blenheim's going down. Yeah, that was odd since he already lost one up there in the first place. And the problem is Gorno Saprides are not a good counter to Yakaris because of the Molotov. Like, they're too small. The squads are too small, so they take too much damage before they ever throw their TNT.
On the bottom side, Blenheim comes in, takes out the Dushka. That's going to open up another flag for Insha down here. Gauntlet. Oof. Running the Gauntlet at the moment against the Zist 12 as well. Getting way too close there, waiting to find a nice place to put his off-map down. But the infantry is starting to build up in the center town, and then more Ratsuvaki and Yakari that get into position here. It's going to be so difficult for Onord to push back, and 17-7, like, things are just going from bad to worse. That 203mm off-map really not going to find value either.
Yeah, I just find Onord buying a lot of odd support weapons that aren't that impactful. Off-map, bombers, things of this nature that just, he needs real stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the 50mm mortars are a nice choice.
They're fine, they're cheap.
Like, because you can, dump the rounds onto the squads and pin them down before you engage them, which is kind of what you want to do whenever you're facing against infantry that's better than yours. You want to pin them down before you engage them. But he just hasn't really utilized them very well, so I feel like the longer range, like, mountain guns would have been so much better and much more reliable. Particularly with radio, they aim so quickly. Yep.
And now we see Insha with his own 155mm artillery piece. We see off-map coming down here. 152 will probably pin all the Gornostrelki that he's bringing in right now. In T26 in the middle takes out an M3 Lee. That's quite the kill there from this now hero T26. Off-map 203 coming in on the town in the center here, but like, what's the point of that? Like, he doesn't have any troops to follow it up. Like, what was he going for here?
I mean, if you look at the state of the map right now,
well, where are you going to drop it? I understand. Yeah. But like,
there's just stuff everywhere. I don't think there's really much that he can do here. The Yakari coming in on the bottom side, pushing deep just as the off map is coming in as well. Just sort of lining up, waiting to get really deep into that tree line.
Here comes the 152.
Yeah, so Insha here is trying to keep his Yakari in the transports. I'm not sure particularly why he's moving them that way. I thought it was just kind of wait till the off-map came down and then rush up with the truck, but maybe the Dushka put him off.
Yeah, It's hard to say why.
But it's 19-5 on the map now.
Ooh.
This is a huge, huge lead. We are triple ticking Onord right now. He is down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, considering that he had a commanding flag lead for the first half of this game. Insha has turned it around completely with his infantry preservation throughout this game.
Yeah, and that's what happens a lot when you're playing against Raappana, is like you think things are going well, but then you realize you haven't actually killed enough, and they just like send waves of these infantry at you, and it's like, oh crap, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, and the thing is, at this point, you know, we are into phase C, and it's 80 points per minute, but that's still 4 squads of Yakari. I'm pretty sure they're only 20 points. Yeah,
they are.
So it's really, really, really tough to deal with, especially since they did get like that availability buff a little while back. That made them even more valuable in these finished divisions.
Yeah, and it's just, that's the thing with Raappana. You have to keep them at arm's length. If you let them get tight like this, and it's on a map like Kostritsa, it's hard to keep them away. But once they get in, they're just so powerful.
Looks like
I am.
Insha has something to say there. I'm not entirely sure what, but definitely pushing through strongly on the bottom side of the map now. Like, letting infantry get in here is not something that Onord's going to be able to deal with.
Look at it's just like a line of infantry. Like, there's so many of them.
Yeah, and the Gorno every time just getting deleted.
Oh my god, they're so bad.
It's just you can't rely on them.
No,
at all.
You can't.
Not for long range engagement, not for close range engagement. They're just bad. The only benefit you get from Gorno is that you can upvet them really easily. But even that, Onord's not doing. Like, they're all unvet Gornos.
Yeah, and the problem is they're 25 points. Like, they're not even like Yakari where they're 20 points. So they're less efficient. They're not as strong. Everything about this is wrong. It's like the wrong direction for them.
Yeah, like, Insha's bringing in his Yakari at 1 vet. And Onord, who gets Gorno and more availability on a card, is not bringing them in with any vet whatsoever. I think you get like 32 on a card in phase C.
Yes,
it's crazy.
You do.
So he should just definitely have vet on his Gornos. Maybe he built the deck like just for the game and like maybe forgot or something, I don't know. But on the bottom side, 37 mil AA getting taken out by infantry. That's going to push us to a 21-3.
Wow.
That is
that a quadruple tick?
Quad tick. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen this in a game in a long time.
Usually people would have surrendered by now, but it looks like Onord's just kind of playing it out. 40 seconds left on the clock.
I-153 coming in to kill off this M3 Lee. It shouldn't be able to, but maybe it's already damaged, so maybe it will? No, it shouldn't. These usually take at least 2 runs. Well,
the Zis-12 got moved from the mid to like the town because it was probably like under threat before. And now it's probably going to get a free gauntlet kill, but not really, because Onord surrenders before it dies. So saved by the bell, 26 minutes, 38 seconds. A major defeat. I think even that might be an understatement for Onord, as Insha really wins the day with another fantastic KD. 2,975 kills to 1,895 losses. What the hell went wrong there?
For Onord, yeah, I mean, Insha just outplayed him completely. Like, it wasn't in both games. I just don't. I thought Onord made some really odd choices in his call-ins and reinforcements, overcommitment to the Air Force in both games, and just Insha just outplayed him and picked him apart for it. There's not a lot else to say about it. P40 got a couple kills, but that's probably it. When I scroll down here, yep, that's what I expected to see. Nothing else doing anything.
Yeah, the initial P40 did nicely, like with the double bombing there. Quite a nice tactic with the 250 and then like turning off the 2 100-kilogram bombs. Definitely something for some newer players to consider doing.
I've never done that. It would be for a good player like me too.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting thing to do.
Yeah. And like on the other side, these latials are so incredible. I absolutely love using these things. They're so deadly.
Yeah, the Lati is very good.
Oh, it's so good. These CCs are so strong. I wish I wasn't so bad with this division. Because it is very strong. It's one of those divisions you don't think of until you're up against it, and then you're like, oh, crap.
Well, it's just because there aren't many maps that really suit it. Like, against any sort of like strong medium armor division, they get ruined in like open range maps.
Oh, yeah.
It's like for Kostritsa, it makes sense. And Kostritsa is a map that I personally avoid because I just kind of hate the 50-50 of like the infantry engagements, and it can become very one-sided very quickly on this map.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like both of them in this case went for close range engagements, and then like Onord just got the like bad side, you know, of this matchup. You know, he picked 126th into Ryhma, or he picked Ryhma first, and then Insha counterpicked with Ryhma. Right? I mean, either way, it's bad. I feel like if Onord picked 126 second into Insha, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, that'd be because you could pick something like third VDV and do a better job with the similar.
But even
like,
third VDV is going to have the same problem as Gorno's have, in that their infantry is just like worse than Yakari, right? Like that's what you got to worry about.
But you're at least working. Your infantry are more efficiently priced in that situation. Like you can at least spam more effectively.
But the point I was going to try and get to is that if your opponent has like the best close range infantry in the game in the form of like Ryhma, the only thing you can do is play for the open, right? So you pick a division that's going to control the open ground a lot better in the town, right? Because you can bring in a lot of like strong medium to long range engagement infantry that can control the town and then like push across the open with like armor and stuff, right? Against Ryhma Raappana, which are going to really struggle to deal with that. Or you just opt to go for something that's like extremely similar that has other strong tools like that. I mean, you could just go Pansari, right, and just match him up. But he picked Soviet side, or Allied side.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're also going to run out of infantry a lot sooner than Raappana in that situation. But yeah, but
you have the options to fight over the open.
Yeah,
as well.
Definitely true. Definitely true. So yeah, it just everything about this entire match just felt off to me.
I mean, the series has. I mean, it's 2-0 to Insha, so he's going to be moving on to the final of the Steel Division League. Like this season, the playoffs were a lot shorter because there's like only 8 players in Division 1.
Yep. So we just got 2 semifinals and then the final.
Yeah. So unfortunately, is there a third place playoff as well?
I assume there will be.
Yeah. So we might see Onord again. But definitely this series was very like unusual for Onord. Like from what we've seen from him in the past, maybe he's just had some like personal problems or not had time to play the game much or whatever. We're kind of given the benefit of the doubt there. In the end, though, Insha really playing top notch. I can't take it away from Insha. Like he did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, and it's very exciting to see Insha go into finals because Onord has several times. So it's nice to see a different player getting in there. And we have our next match to see is Kurz versus Gonzo. And I'm based on the rumors, I don't think Gonzo's been playing at his best either. So we may see some totally new players in the finals, which would be very exciting.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I really like the way Kurz plays as well. He loves Vanguard.
Oh yeah, he's very fun to watch.
So
very, very fun.
You got another playoff to look forward to there, guys.
Absolutely. And remember to hit that like button and subscribe.
Do that thing. But that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.